Hello and welcome to this video where I will share my recommended talents for AOE farming as a mage. So I prefer a Frostbite because it gives a lot of defensive abilities and a lot of slow abilities, which makes it safer and easier. So 41 of the talents would be in Frost, 0 in Fire and 10 in Arcane. Let's start with Arcane first. 2 in Arcane Subtlety, 3 in Arcane Focus and 5 in Arcane Concentration. So with Arcane Concentration, you will get, with 5 points, a 10% chance of entering clear casting. And if you do get clear casting, it reduces the mana cost of your next spell by 100%, which means it's free. Now, the clear casting 10% proc chance doesn't depend on the rank of the spell. So if I cast rank 1 Arcane Explosion or rank 1 Frostbolt, I still have a 10% chance to get clear casting. So what I could do to conserve mana is to use many rank 1 spells, which are very cheap with mana, until I get the clear casting proc, and then I'll throw my highest rank Blizzard, one of my most expensive spells, 1190 mana, for free. So that's one way you can get your mana to last a really long time. Okay, as I mentioned, I don't have anything in Fire. Now over to Frost. So improved Frostbolt is not gonna be particularly helpful for AoE farming. You're mostly using Blizzard and Frost Nova, but you have to put it somewhere. And Frost Warding is not gonna be very beneficial because you're not gonna be taking a lot of Frost spell damage. So improved Frostbolt 5, and then Elemental Precision 3. Reduces the chance that your opponents can resist your Frost and Fire spells by 6%. That's definitely useful. Then we have Ice Shards. Increases the critical strike damage bonus of your Frost spells by 100%. Now, most of the damage is going to be used or going to come from Blizzard. And Blizzard is a flat damage, 1263 for rank 6, and it cannot crit. You cannot crit with Blizzard. So Ice Shards does nothing for Blizzard, which is what's going to be used to do the most damage. But if you do have to single target something, of course it's beneficial if you're sending Frostbolts. Okay, Frostbite gives your chill effect a 15% chance to freeze a target for 5 seconds. I find that very useful. That means whenever a mob gets the chill effect, they can be frozen in place. So I like that. Improved Frost Nova. So reduces the cooldown of your Frost Nova. I find that super helpful. It's a pretty long cooldown from the get-go, 25 seconds. So bringing that down to 21 seconds is nice. Then we got Permafrost, increases the duration of your chill effect by 3 seconds, and reduces the target speed by additional 10%. So slows down the mob and increases the duration of the slowing effect. That's very helpful. Now I have improved Blizzard. This one is huge. Adds a chill effect to your Blizzard spell. This effect lowers the target's movement speed by 75%. And this lasts 4.5 seconds. So for 4.5 seconds, this chill effect is reducing the speed of the mobs by 75%. So they really slow down to a crawl. And Blizzard is channeled over 8 seconds. So 4.5 seconds is about half of the Blizzard duration. Okay, and then we have Cold Snap. When activated, this spell finishes the cooldown on all of your Frost spells. So that would be, this is Cold Snap, this is Frost Ice Block. Let's say I use Ice Block. Now I have a 5-minute cooldown. I use Frost Nova. I have a counting down 18-second cooldown. When I use Cold Snap, I will reset both. And then I can use So that's super helpful in a pinch. Now there's a 10-minute cooldown on the Cold Snap, but that's certainly helpful. Then we got Piercing Ice, increases the damage done by your Frost spells by 6%. That's great, that affects all the Frost spells. Increased damage. Then we have Arctic Reach, increases the range of your Frostbolt and Blizzard spells, and the radius of your Frost Nova and Cone of Cold spells by 20%. That's really huge. Especially the range of the Blizzard and the radius of the Frost Nova. Then we got Frost Channeling, reduces the mana cost of your frost spells by 15% and reduces the threat cost by your frost spells by 30%. Now the threat component of that is useless. You'll be AOE farming most of the time just alone, or even if you're doing it in a group, it will be a spell cleave with 3 other mages and 1 healer, and the mages will always keep the aggro. The healer will not be getting aggro anyway. So it's not for the threat, but it's for the reduced mana cost. Then we have Shatter, increases the critical strike chance of all your spells against frozen targets by 10%. Again, since most of the damage is going to come from using Blizzard, we're not going to benefit from this, because Blizzard cannot crit. But when we're throwing Frostbolt, yeah, it'll add some benefit. But that's why we don't have more than 1 point, just kind of the minimum point to get us further down into the tree. And improved Cone of Cold, we're not having any talents there. That's not going to be the way we do most of our damage. And then we have Ice Block. So Ice Block is a great way to just make yourself invulnerable while maybe waiting for a cooldown for Frost Nova. And in a way you can run around, collect a lot of mobs. And if some of them are frozen or chilled or someone lagging behind, you can just Ice Block, let everyone kind of circle up around you and attack you. And then as soon as Ice Block comes off, or you turn it off, you can Frost Nova and blink away, and then you can start Blizzard. Then we have Winter's Chill, gives your frost damage spells a 100% chance to apply the Winter's Chill effect, which increases the chance of a frost spell will critically hit the target by 2% for 15 seconds. Stacks up to 5 times. So you can increase the critical strike chance by a total of 10%. So 2 times 5 is 10%. And you know, that's beneficial for spells again that can crit. Blizzard cannot crit, so it doesn't make any difference there. And then the last spell is the Ice Barrier. So Ice Barrier is super useful. Instantly shields you, absorbing 454 damage, and lasts 1 minute. While the shield holds, spells will not be interrupted. So using Ice Barrier as your shield, and then when you're throwing blizzards, it's a channeling spell. So if you take any damage while channeling blizzard, you lose a significant part of your remaining channeling. So you really need to make sure that mobs that are somehow slipping out of the main group that you're blizzarding aren't able to come up to you and interrupt your channeling of the blizzard. Not only are you wasting a huge amount of mana if you're throwing a blizzard and after 1 second or 2 seconds you get interrupted, or it reduces most of your remaining channeling time, but in general you're just not going to be able to do any damage if you keep getting interrupted. So you have Ice Barrier and you have Mana Shield, so adding Ice Barrier there really adds a good benefit. And what you can do is you could before you go into combat, let's say you don't have anything on, you can throw on Ice Barrier and then you can sit down and drink before you pull. And as you can see, it has a 30-second cooldown before you can use it again, but it lasts for 60 seconds. So you can drink until you have full mana, and you have maybe 30 seconds left of your Ice Barrier, and so you're going into the fight with damage absorption of 826 while you still have full mana. You maybe take some damage, this one goes away, but you can immediately throw on another one. So it's a great way to mitigate damage, make sure your blizzards are not getting interrupted while you're channeling. So yeah, that's what I wanted to cover on talents for Mage AOE farming. I hope you find it useful. Thank you.